Skeens, Top Gun on the bump for Team USA. All right, no doubt about that. We call him Top Gun here on Chin Music. And he's on the bump to face this is a very potent, high energy, high octane DR lineup. Here's Fernando Tatis Jr. Skeens starts him off with a sinker that rides inside, ball one. All right, Arsenal, four-seam fastball, sweeper, splitter, changeup, sinker, slider, curveball. An assortment of pitches for Top Gun Skeens. Next pitch is a splitter. That one catches the outside corner. Even counted Tatis Jr. Fernando batting .438. 2 home runs, 11 RBIs for the DR. Skeens sets. 1-1 pitch. Tatis Jr. pops it up. Left field. Roman Anthony under it. Roman Anthony with the grab. And that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the first for Team USA. Tatis Jr. flies out. Second baseman Killah Noez up next for the DR. Prodigy with the chuck-in. Have my DR jersey on. I have retro one, Alex Rodriguez one. Sounds good. Prodigy, good luck, brother. Prodigy, of course. Puro DR. All right, first pitch to the left-hander, Killah Noez from Paul Skeens is in there. 97-mile-per-hour heater called a strike. Killah Noez batting .200, 1 home run, 4 RBIs for the DR. Oh, 1 pitch. Pitch rides outside, count goes even, 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's popped up. Infield. Second baseman Bryce Terang will make the catch. 2 up, 2 outs for Paul Skeens and Team USA here in the bottom of the first. Juan Soto will be the hitter. All right, man. I had my top button bunned up. I got to loosen that one up now. Now that we're in the studio garage, it's a little bit more hotter. I'm not going to front. Let's loosen up here, man. This is Chin Music, episode 17. First pitch to Soto. Fastball outside. That one misses to Soto. Soto batting .316 for the DR. Takes a dip. Now he sets. Paul Skeens. Puro Top Gun. 1-0 pitch. Oh, good splitter there. Catches the corner on Soto. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, Access is pro USA, and Nat is pro Venezuela. Ground ball to the right side. What a stop by Terang! Second baseman will throw out Soto, and that does it for the DR. Oh, man, impressive defense displayed by the second baseman, Bryce Terang. DR goes in order in the bottom of the first. We go to the second, no score. All right, man. So Paul Skeens does do the unthinkable, containing the DR lineup. Now the question is for Team USA and Paul Skeens, for how long? As we did see Severino start hot. As far as striking out leadoff hitter Bobby Witt Jr. and then the second hitter for Team USA. Bryce Harper. But then he gave up a hit, and then he hit Kyle Schwarber before getting Gunnar Henderson to ground out. But Paul Skeens making quick work of this DR lineup. Now, I did hear that the Dominican Republic manager, Albert Pujols, how he was talking about how Paul Skeens hasn't faced the lineup like the DR, which is true. But if you turn it around, the DR has not faced a pitcher like Paul Skeens either. So something's got to give. And in that first inning, Paul Skeens looked more impressive than the DR offense. So we go to the top of the second with no score. Coming up for Team USA in the top of the second, it'll be catcher Will Smith who gets the start over Cal Raleigh. Will Smith in there in the lineup for Team USA. He'll be leading things up in the top of the second, followed by left fielder Roman Anthony and second baseman Bryce Terang. So that's what it is, man. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Chin Music episode 17. If you guys are on YouTube just tuning in, please consider following us over on Twitch. Search Chin Music Podcast. We got a score bug there as well. The chat is a little bit more livelier. If you guys want to chat it up. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you again, the fashion for Team USA fans. Not a big fan of, I'll be honest. All right, top of the second we go. Luis Severino back on the bump for the DR. Facing the catcher, Will Smith, who gets the start. Yeah, Cal Raleigh has been struggling at the dish as far as offensively for Team USA. So Raleigh out, Will Smith in. Will Smith, 2 for 6 in the tournament for Team USA. 0-1. Oh, look out. It's a sinker that rides inside on Will Smith. Almost hit him. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Smith. Puro swing and a miss. Fastball by Severino. Gets ahead of the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Left fielder Roman Anthony on deck. Next pitch to Will Smith. Looks like a jam shot that falls in. Right in front of Tatis Jr., the right fielder. And that'll be a leadoff single for Team USA to begin the top of the second. Will Smith delivers for Team USA. Looked like it was a jam shot on a pitch that rode inside, but Will Smith strong enough to fight it off and dunk it into right field for a leadoff single here in the top of the second. He'll be the runner at first. Roman Anthony, the hitter now, batting .316 with a home run and 6 RBIs. Severino from the stretch. Pitch to Anthony. Fouled off, out of play, strike 1. Left-handed hitter Roman Anthony. Will Smith with his lead over at first. 0-1 from Severino is fouled off, out of play. And Severino quickly has Roman Anthony in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Got the second baseman, Bryce Terang, on deck for Team USA. Severino's 0-2 pitch. And another foul ball by Roman Anthony. 100-mile-per-hour fastball. Looked like it was up in the letters, and Roman Anthony, with that bat speed, quick enough to just make contact and foul it off to stay alive. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes to Anthony. Will Smith, the runner at first. 0-2 pitch to Anthony. Cold strike 3. Severino hits the outside corner. Puro punch out. Puro peeping Tom. And that'll be the first out here in the top of the second for Team USA. Severino dots the corner. Bryce Terang, second baseman for Team USA. Now up to bat against Severino. First pitch to Terang. It's a cutter that rides way inside. Ball 1. Bryce Terang batting .467, 5 RBIs. Bryce Terang is 7 for 15, 7 for 15 offensively for Team USA. 1-0 pitch from Severino. Ground ball to the right side. Ketel Marte flips it over to Perdomo to first. That's an inning-ending double play for the DR. Team USA gets a leadoff hit from Will Smith, but Severino leaves him stranded. Inning-ending double play. Caps the inning there for the DR. Bottom of the second we go. No score. Double play goes 4-6-3 off the bat of Bryce Terang. So to the bottom of the second we go. Coming up for the DR. It'll be the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., third baseman, Manny Machado, and designated hitter, Junior Caminero. 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for the DR as we go to the bottom of the second. No score. All right. So we're moving along here rather quickly, guys, as we are already going to close out the bottom of the second already. And just a reminder, here in the semifinals, pitchers, their pitch count actually goes up compared to pool play. And I believe it's 90 pitches. Remember, in pool play, it was 65 pitches. I believe in the quarters, it went up to 80. Well, now it's up to 90. 90 pitch count max for the pitchers. Just an FYI, throwing it out there. All right, shout outs to the Fan Bam who are actually watching the AEW event. Of course, AEW doing their event at Crypto today. So I hear the oohs and ahs from the Fan Bam in the living room. And real quick, also shout outs to EWF, man. Had the wrestling event yesterday. Had a good time at Alasta Brewing Company. Heck of an event. Shout outs to all the wrestlers. Very entertaining stuff, boys. Had a good time out there. Had a good time spending at the end of the night as well. Alasta Brewing Company in Covina. Good times. Puro EWF event. All right, bottom of the second we go. No score. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's a 500 hitter in this tournament for the DR, leading things off against Paul Skeens. Puro Top Gun. First pitch from Skeens. Starts him off with a sweeper that hits the outside corner. Strike one to Vladdy Jr. Manny Machado on deck for the DR. Paul Skeens sets, full windup. 0-1 pitch to Vladdy Jr. Inside, it's a ground ball to the left side. Gunnar Henderson, good pick. Throw to first in time to get Vladdy Jr. for the first out to begin the bottom of the second for the DR. Good defensive play there by Gunnar Henderson, who's at third in place of Alex Bregman. Really good pick there. And a good running throw from Gunnar Henderson. Got it on a short hop. So with one away, third baseman for the DR, Manny Machado up next. Right-handed hitter. First pitch from Paul Skeens, the Manny. Manny going after that fastball, comes up empty. 97-mile-per-hour heater from Skeens. Puro swing and a miss, strike one. Machado batting .313 for the DR in the tournament. Next pitch is a swing and a miss. And just like that, Paul Skeens quickly has Manny Machado in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Junior Caminero on deck. Estados Unidos contra Dominican Republic. All right, 0-2 pitch to Manny Machado. Outside corner called strike 3. Paul Skeens, puro Top Gun. Strikes out Manny Machado looking. Puro peeping Tom. That'll be the second out here in the bottom of the second. Paul Skeens with the punch out. 2 away. Got him looking outside corner. Manny Machado, go sit down with that bubble gum. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Junior Caminero. Starts him off with a sweeper that breaks way outside. Ball 1 to Junior. Caminero batting .376 for the DR. He's got 2 home runs, 6 RBIs in the tournament. .1-0 from Skeens. Ground ball to the left side, foul. Count goes even, 1-1. Prodigy. I see you, brother. I see you. Of course, Prodigy rocking his DR jersey. Puro Plátano power. Oh, nasty splitter by Paul Skeens. Gets Caminero swinging and missing. Gets ahead of the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, two from Skeens. Oh, Caminero on a hanger from Skeens. Deep to left. And that'll put the DR on the board. Here in the bottom of the second. Solo shot by Junior Caminero. And the DR out on front. 1-0. Paul Skeens gets taken deep. It was a sweeper that was left up hanging by Paul Skeens. And Junior Caminero did not miss it. Hits it over the left field wall for a solo shot and gives the DR an early 1-0 lead. DR having a blast out in front of the dugout. Here's Julio Rodriguez. First pitch inside, check swing. That'll be a swing. Strike 1 to Rodriguez. So the DR out in front with an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. As Junior Caminero takes Paul Skeens deep inside. Out there in left field. Next pitch is fouled off by Rodriguez. Oh, man, it was just a sweeper that just hung up there. Rio, no break. He just threw it up there, and Paul Skeens knew it. Paul Skeens knew he hung one. And boy, did he ever to Junior Caminero. 1-1 pitch to Rodriguez. There's a swing and a miss. As the count now goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yoshua Mato, wow. 1-0 DR here in the bottom of the second. Skeens with the 1-2 pitch to J-Rod. J-Rod fouls it off his foot. Count stays 1-2. Another look at Junior Caminero. Not missing on that pitch. That supposed sweeper from Paul Skeens, who just hung it up there. It was left out to dry. And Caminero did not miss. Look at that. Chuck the bat and everything. 1-0 DR. Wow. There it is. 15 home runs for the WBC in the tournament for the DR. That's the most home runs for any team in the WBC ever. Ground ball to the right side. Bryce Terang will throw out J-Rod, but not before Junior Caminero. He goes yard. Clears the left field wall. Gives the DR an early 1-0 lead. We go to the third. DR on top. All right, so there it is. First mistake given up by Team USA as they will now be chasing 1 run. Coming up for Team USA as we go to the top of the third. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters. Pete Crow Armstrong, Bobby Witt Jr., and Bryce Harper due up. So Team USA will now be chasing 1. Prodigy, with these 2 teams, 1 run is nothing. I think you're right, brother. Both offenses are going to have to score more than 1 run to really have themselves a chance at getting this ball game and getting to the finals. Remember, winner goes to the finals and await the winner between Venezuela and Italy, who play tomorrow. And that'll be your championship game. Whoever wins today versus Italy or Venezuela. And that championship game will be played on Tuesday. All right, so Team USA gives up the first big blow. And now they'll be chasing 1 run as we go to the top of the third. I mean, Paul Skeens, again, it was a supposed sweeper, and you just left it up there. Can't be doing that against this high potent offense. Any of these players in the DR lineup will hit mistakes like that out of the ballpark each and every time. And Paul Skeens knew it. You cannot allow to throw mistakes. And Paul Skeens did there against Junior Caminero. Credit to Junior Caminero also for not missing. So top of the third we go. 1-0 DR. Out on top against Team USA. 9-1-2 hitters coming up. Pete Crow Armstrong will be leading things off against Luis Severino. Pete Crow Armstrong. Left-handed hitter against Severino. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Strike one. Severino gets out in front. Leadoff hitter for Team USA. Bobby Wood Jr. He's on deck. Severino from the full windup. Fastball at 98 misses way outside. Count goes even to PCA. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Check swing. That'll be a swing. It should be a swing, and it will be a swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count of PCA. PCA batting .357 with 2 home runs, 6 RBIs in the tournament. 5 for 14. Bobby Wood Jr. winning his turn on deck. We're in the top of the third. DR with a 1-0 lead over Team USA. Next pitch is grounded foul to the right side. And the at-bat continues for PCA. Severino coming back with another 1-2 pitch. PCA coming back with another foul ball as the at-bat continues. Second player in Cubs history with 30-plus home runs and 30-plus stolen bases in a single season. Shout out to Sammy Sosa, who did that back in 93 and in 95 for the Chicago Cubs. So PCA doing some things out there in Chicago. Another 1-2 pitch. That one misses up and away from Severino. 100-mile-per-hour fastball. And count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yoshua Mato should be a fun watch. Expected opposite results both from yesterday. Games were crazy. Yeah, Yoshua Mato, that's an understatement, brother. Insane games, brother. I don't know what else to say about what the results were last night. As Severino strikes out PCA. And that'll be the first out here in the top of the third for Team USA. Crow Armstrong goes down swinging. 1 away. Top of the lineup for Team USA, Bobby Witt Jr. getting his second ups against Severino. He struck out in his first at-bat. Here he is with his second at-bat. Takes a pitch outside from Severino for ball 1. Bryce Harper on deck. One 0 pitch. It's a cutter that goes a bit outside. Severino falls behind the count. 2 balls, no strikes to Witt Jr. Next pitch catches the inside corner on that sinker from Severino. 2-1 to Bobby. Two 1 pitch, trying to catch the outside corner, just a bit outside. And Severino has fallen behind on the count to Bobby Witt Jr. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three 1 pitch. That one is a line drive, base hit to left field by Bobby Witt Jr. Soto plays it on the hop. That'll be a 1-out single for Team USA here in the top of the third. And with a runner at first and 1 out, Bryce Harper will be the hitter. Nice rip there by Bobby Witt Jr. Count was in his favor. Got a good pitch to hit. And he dunked it in on a line drive over to left field in front of Soto. Here's Harper, 0 for 1, struck out in his first at-bat against Severino. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Bobby Witt Jr., the runner at first, taking his lead. Severino from the stretch. Now he sets. Kicks and fires. That's a line drive. That's a base hit. Down the right field line. Bobby Witt Jr. on his horse. Bobby Witt Jr. will be turning around. Bryce Harper will be safe at second. And with 1 out, Team USA has runners at third and second. 2 runners in scoring position against Luis Severino. Here comes USA. It was a hot shot by Bryce Harper over the leaping Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He was trying to hit that wall out there and right. Credit Fernando Tatis Jr. to getting to that ball real quick, making a good play. But Bryce Harper turns it into 2. So 2 runners in scoring position for Team USA. Aaron Judge will be the hitter. Only 1 out in the inning. So tying run 90 feet away from Team USA. Severino from the stretch. First pitch to Judge. That's a ground ball. I'm going to guess that was foul, as he probably hit it off his foot, and sure enough, he did. Aaron Judge today, 1 for 1, singled back in the first. No balls, 1 strike after that foul ball. Yeah, the ball struck the foot from Aaron Judge and ended up, I believe, at third base. Ouch. Severino from the stretch in a bit of a trouble here for the DR. Runners at third and second for USA. The 0-1 to Judge. Look out, up and in. That one misses. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Designated hitter for USA, Kyle Schwarber on deck. Severino's 1-1 pitch. That's a sweeper that rides way outside. That's falling behind the count to Judge now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hey. 2-1 pitch to Judge. That one catches the inside corner. Sweeper from Severino evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big opportunity with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out for Team USA, especially with the personnel up to bat. 2-2 pitch. Oh, that pitch just missed outside. Severino and DR did not get the call. Count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That was a close pitch, but called the ball. See the teammates there, Austin Wells and Aaron Judge. Wells, the catcher for the DR. Swing and a miss. Severino ends up striking out Judge regardless. That'll be the 2nd out here in the top of the 3rd. Aaron Judge goes down swinging. And now with 2 outs and runners at 3rd and 2nd, Kyle Schwarber will be the hitter. So big opportunity squandered there by Aaron Judge as he strikes out against Luis Severino. Big punch out there by Severino to strike out Judge for the 2nd out. Here's Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber got hit by Luis Severino in his first at-bat. On the mound for the DR as they have action in the bullpen. Left-handed pitcher Soto begins to warm up. Sí, la oí. Hey. All right, here's Kyle Schwarber. Big opportunity still intact for Team USA, but now with 2 outs in the inning. Can Schwarber clutch up for Team USA? Severino from the stretch. First pitch to Kyle Schwarber. Hits the outside corner for strike 1. Severino gets ahead. Bobby Witt Jr., the runner at 3rd. Bryce Harper, the runner at 2nd for Team USA. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. 0-1 to Schwarber. That one misses down low and inside. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gunnar Henderson on deck for Team USA. 1-1 to Schwarber. Inside, that one called the ball. Fastball just missed by Severino as Schwarber gets ahead of the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. The DR fans on their feet, hoping that Severino can get out of this jam. 2-1 to Schwarber. Schwarber fouls it back. Count will go even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here we go. Deuce is wild here in the top of the third for Team USA. 2 on, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fans on their feet. Pivotal pitch coming up here from Luis Severino to Kyle Schwarber. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Luis Severino fired up for the DR. DR gets out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the third. Still with a 1-0 lead. Oh my goodness, Severino just fired up as he strikes out Kyle Schwarber looking. Inning over for Team USA as they strand 2 runners in scoring position. Big opportunity squandered. Oh, man. If you're Team USA, you cannot be affording to be leaving runners on base, especially when they're 90 feet away. And Team USA, especially with the personnel that they had, Aaron Judge strikes out, swinging, and right there, Kyle Schwarber struck out looking with runners at third and second. So you can't ask for anything better there for Team USA. And they weren't able to clutch up. Plain and simple. So to the bottom of the third we go. Coming up for the DR, it'll be catcher Austin Wells, shortstop Geraldo Perdomo, and back to the top of the lineup, right fielder Fernando Tatis Jr. 8-9-1 hitters coming up for the DR as we go to the bottom of the third. Again, happy Sunday going out to everybody. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Okay. Trying to make some deals here on a Sunday afternoon. And again, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Puro Chin Music episode 17, semifinals action between Team USA and the DR from Lone Depot Park in Miami. All right, Paul Skeens, Top Gun, back on the bump for Team USA, facing the catcher for the DR, Austin Wells. First pitch to Wells, misses outside, ball 1. 1-0 DR as we go to the bottom of the third. El otro Saint, oh my gosh, Saint, take it easy. Saint came in hot. All right, pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. What up, Saint? Shortstop for the DR, Geraldo Perdomo. He's on deck. 1-1 pitch to the left-hander catcher is a ground ball to the right side, foul. Paul Skeens gets ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Austin Wells with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, batting .250 in this tournament for the DR. El otro saying, Schwarber should have swung. Easier said than done, brother. He was fooled. He was fooled by Severino. You got to tip your hat to Severino, man. Got out of that jam, but not only striking out Schwarber as Austin Wells goes down swinging. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the third. Paul Skeens with the punch out. But Severino not only struck out Schwarber with runners at third and second, but he also struck out Aaron Judge swinging with runners at third and second. So credit, you got to tip your hat to Severino as well, man. He got the pitches to get himself out of the jam. Here's Perdomo. He has an RBI batting 200 for the DR. Playing shortstop, batting ninth. First pitch from Paul Skeens. Perdomo showing bunt, takes a pitch that hits the outside corner for strike. And Skeens gets ahead of the count. Leadoff hitter, Fernando Tatis Jr. on deck for the DR. And Saint, let's hope this is still early where these hitters for Team USA are given other opportunities to try to come through. They got to clutch up. This is where these are the games you got to clutch up, right, Saint? All right, no balls, 2 strikes to count to Perdomo. 1 out in the inning here. After Paul Skeens strikes out Wells. 0-2 to Perdomo. That one just missed upstairs. 97-mile-per-hour heater called the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Perdomo. Yoshua Mato, ever notice how much Skeens pitches like Nolan Ryan? You think so, Mato? What is it, the high leg kick for you? Could be the high leg kick that you might be referring to, perhaps. Ooh, pitch rides inside, and he hits Perdomo. Had him with 2 strikes. Paul Skeens drills Perdomo in the leg. He'll be the runner at first with 1 out for the DR. Top of the lineup coming up, and Fernando Tatis Jr. Perdomo got hit. Let's see where he got it. Did he get it in the shin? Puro shin music? He got it on the shoe. Puro shoe music. Ay, caray. So the DR catches a break. Remember, Perdomo had 2 strikes on him before Skeens drilled the shoe. So Geraldo Perdomo, the runner at first, 1 out here in the bottom of the third for the DR. Fernando Tatis Jr. with the second at-bat against Skeens. He flew out in the first inning. Here he is with the runner at first. 1 out in the bottom of the third. Takes a pitch inside. 98-mile-per-hour heater. Brushes back. Fernando Tatis Jr. in his dreads. 1 ball, no strikes. The side leg step off into the high leg kick. Pretty similar. Still different. Yeah, I guess for me, if I had as we see a check swing for Fernando Tatis Jr., 2-0. If I had to kind of compare both Nolan Ryan and Paul Skeens, I would say just when the leg is actually up and bent. That's where I could see it. Other than that, I don't really see it, tell you the truth. From the stretch, Paul Skeens misses inside, has fallen behind on the count to Fernando Tatis Jr. 3 balls, no strikes. Ketel Marte on deck for the DR. The left foot step off. Paul Skeens about to make his 35th pitch of the ballgame. Remember, their pitch count now goes up here to 90 pitches. Up to 90 pitches. 35th pitch of the ballgame coming up to Tatis Jr. from Paul Skeens. Catches the inside corner there on a 3-0. Count goes 3 balls, 1 strike now. Borderline pitch called a strike. Perdomo, after getting hit by Paul Skeens, is the runner at first. 3-1. Nope. Instead, a check over at first. Perdomo back to the bag. Three-one pitch incoming to Fernando Tatis Jr. Pitch from Skeens. Tatis Jr. ground ball to the left side. Gunnar Henderson fielded nicely. Over to second. Over to first. And they cannot complete the double play around the horn. Instead, they get the force out of Perdomo out at second. Tatis Jr. avoids the double play. Credit Tatis Jr. in his speed to leg out that double play attempt. But the USA does get the force out at second. That'll be the second out here in the bottom of the third for the DR. Ketel Marte up next. Marte 0 for 1. Tatis Jr. the runner at first. First pitch to Marte. Tatis Jr. off to the races, and he bluffs. He said, psych, ride a bike. Pumps the brakes instead. Remains at first. Marte popped out in his first at-bat against Skeens. Left-handed hitter for the DR. Tatis Jr. with his lead at first. Paul Skeens from the stretch. 1-0 pitch. Marte rips it over the head of the leaping Terang over to right field. Tatis Jr. on his horse. Throw from Aaron Judge. What a cannon by Judge. Wow, he throws out Tatis Jr. for the third out. Inning over for the DR. Don't run on that man. Aaron Judge. Guns out, Fernando Tatis Jr. 14 with a bullet. Wow. Now, it looks like maybe DR, look for a second there on the reaction from Aaron Judge, that maybe DR might want to take a look at it. But wow. Now, Ketel Marte does get credited with the single to right field, but Tatis Jr. was trying to go first to third for the DR, and Aaron Judge gunned his ass out. What a throw. Eric, what up? What a throw, Eric. Oh, my gosh. That's the second time that we've seen in this tournament, at least I've seen in this tournament. He did it against Mexico as well, where he gunned out Joey Ortiz at third. But second time we see Aaron Judge flex the gun. He takes the gun out to get the runners out at third. Wow, what a throw. And no replay. No replay from the DR. That was clearly an out from Aaron Judge to Gunnar Henderson to get Fernando Tatis Jr. out at third for the third out. So we go to the fourth with the DR 1-0. Coming up for Team USA in the top of the fourth, it'll be third baseman Gunnar Henderson, catcher Will Smith, left fielder Roman Anthony coming up. USA down 1. Oh, man, what a throw by Aaron Judge. Out indeed, Saint. Oh, yeah, he was. No doubt about it. Tatis Jr. knew it. You saw it in his face. Wow, Aaron Judge. Very impressive here in the WBC defensively with that gun. Man. God, what a throw by Aaron Judge. I mean, can't we see some StatCat plays on that play? All right, Gunnar Henderson leading things off for Team USA against Luis Severino, who's still on the bump for the DR. Team USA chasing one here in the top of the fourth. Next pitch is fouled out by Gunnar Henderson. Bang. Aaron Judge. Puro Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Let's go. I like that. He threw out the bang, bang as he gunned out Tatis Jr. coming out of the field. Pitch to Gunnar Henderson, misses low and outside from Luis Severino. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And Otro Saints glad Aaron Judge didn't do anything like that in the 2024 World Series. Ouch! Ay, caray. All right, another foul ball by Gunnar Henderson. Count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Catcher Will Smith on deck for Team USA. 1-2. It's a sweeper that does not break inside, stays out there. Instead, count now goes 2 balls, 2 strikes to Henderson. 1-0 DR here in the top of the fourth against Team USA. Severino's 2-2 pitch. That one stays outside on the sweeper that did not break. Falls behind to Gunnar Henderson now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As the count goes full, Severino asking for a new baseball. We'll get it. Let's pop foul into the seats. Count stays full. Looks like Soto, left-handed pitcher for the DR, still warming up in the DR bullpen. All right, another foul ball by Gunnar Henderson. At-bat continues. Gunnar Henderson making Severino pitch and work. Severino at 65 pitches. Remember, pitch max for pitchers now is 90 here in the semis and in the finals. Oh, Gunnar Henderson! High drive to right! Look out! Team USA has just tied up the DR. 1-1. Gunnar Henderson takes Luis Severino deep inside. And we're all knotted up at 1. Gunnar Henderson continues to dominate. Luis Severino just took him deep. And we are all tied up. Oh, man, the Gunnar jump on that one. Eric, boom. Will Smith now the hitter. He's 1 for 1 with a single against Severino. Takes a pitch outside. Mishandled by Wells. Ball 1. Gunnar Henderson ties this ball game up here in the top of the 4th for Team USA. Will Smith trying to hit the gap. Juan Soto will run it down right at the track. Nice running catch there by Juan Soto. Who is this guy playing left field? That'll be the first out here in the top of the 4th. Another look at Gunnar Henderson's solo home run against Severino that clears the right field wall to tie this ball game up for Team USA. Team USA all fired up. Will Smith, fuck yeah. Let's go. Puro lip reading. All right, Severino will come out of the ball game for the DR in a tie ball game with 1 out. Here in the 4th, new pitcher for the DR. Pitching change in Miami. So with the left-handed hitter, Roman Anthony, coming in, looks like the DR will possibly be bringing in the left-handed pitcher that was warming up for them, Gregory Soto. All right. So be it. Soto now in, Severino out for the DR. 1-1 ball game. So a quick look at the line for Luis Severino, starting pitcher for the Dominican Republic. He goes 3 1/3, gives up 5 hits, 1 run. He had 6 strikeouts, very impressive. And gave up that solo shot to Gunnar Henderson to tie this ball game up. All right. Man, I got hiccups. All right, man. I'm going to switch it up real quick, guys. I'm going to go get some water. This is Chin Music, episode 17. Talks amongst yourselves. Hold up. Gregory Soto now on the bump for Team DR. Left-handed pitcher going after the left-handed hitter. Roman Anthony starts him off with a pitch inside. Ball one. 1-1 tie here in the top of the fourth. One out in the inning for Team USA. Next pitch to Anthony. Misses way outside. Gets ahead of the count. 2 balls, no strikes. So Severino out. Gregory Soto in. That one. Next pitch from Soto misses inside. Has fallen behind on the count to Anthony. 3 balls, no strikes. Second baseman Bryce Terang on deck for USA. All right, Roman Anthony taking all the way. Takes a strike from Soto. 3-1 the count. E-Dog with the check-in over on Twitch. What up, E-Dog? Happy Sunday, brother. Thanks for checking in and being here. 3-1 to Anthony. Anthony fouls it off. Out of play. Count goes full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And thanks for that reminder, E-Dog. Yes, please, no spoilers. Soto's payoff pitch to Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony connects. Trying to hit the gap. This one's deep. This one is gone. Solo shot for Team USA as they take the lead here in the top of the fourth. Roman Anthony goes yard. Anthony connects for his second home run here in the WBC for Team USA. Has given a 2-run lead here in the top of the fourth. USA back on top. Actually, USA on top for the first time tonight against the DR. Wow, Team USA flexing the power here against the DR here in the fourth. Here's a left-hander, Bryce Terang up next. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Strike 1. Oh, man. Team USA connecting here against the DR. Gunnar Henderson off of Luis Severino, and now Roman Anthony against Gregory Soto. 2-1 Team USA here in the fourth. Roman Psycho Anthony. 0-1 to Terang. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner for Soto. Quickly has him in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Ninth hitter, center fielder for Team USA, Pete Crow Armstrong on deck. Pitch rides up and in. 98 mile per hour. Heater from Soto misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch to Terang in the dirt. Count will go even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch slider from Gregory Soto misses upstairs. Count will go full. Bryce Terang working a full count with 1 out in the inning. Bryce Terang today 0 for 1. Gregory Soto's payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider low and out of the strike zone. Terang went after. He came up empty. And becomes a second out here in the top of the fourth. Gregory Soto with the punch out. Ninth hitter in the lineup for Team USA, Pete Crow Armstrong will be the hitter. Roman Anthony firing Team USA up after that solo blast to give them the lead. Ball 1 to Roman Anthony. PCA swinging at a pitch in the dirt. This count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. PCA today 0 for 1. Bobby Wood Jr. on deck. Ground ball to Gregory Soto off the glove. PCA will be safe at first. It was a comebacker on a bounce off the bat of PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. Gregory Soto not able to field it cleanly. Ball jumps out of the glove, goes to second base, and by the time Ketel Marte, second baseman for the DR, picks it up, PCA is safe at first. Inning continues for Team USA. Just a lack of concentration there by Gregory Soto off the glove. So top of the lineup coming up, Bobby Wood Jr. will be the hitter up next. And Big Albert Pujols going out there with the hook will pull Gregory Soto. New pitcher coming in for the DR with 2 outs and a runner at first. All right. Espiritu with the check-in. What up, brother? Happy Sunday, Espiritu. Thanks for checking in. Welcome into Chin Music. Eric, over on YouTube, you know it's a big game when you see Marlins man in his bright orange jersey behind the plate. He's everywhere. Yeah, that guy's all over the place, brother. And you're right. You know it's a big game when he takes part in it, right? You're right about that, Eric. Puro Marlins man. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. This is Chin Music episode 17. Semi-final game here between Team USA and the DR, and we've already seen some fireworks going off in Miami. 3 home runs, 2 of them hit by Team USA, 1 of them by the DR, and Team USA with a 2-1 lead thanks to those home runs. Puro solo shots. I know, saying you had a birthday this weekend, brother? Saint's birthday was on Friday. Happy belated birthday, Saint. Awesome, brother. Hope you had a good time. All right, let's check to see who the DR is bringing in from the bullpen. It'll be Juan Mejia. Juan Mejia, right-handed pitcher, will face the leadoff hitter for Team USA with a runner at first. And 2 outs, Bobby Wood Jr. versus Juan Mejia. So new pitcher on the bump now for the DR. Juan Mejia takes over with the runner at first. PCA, the runner at first for Team USA. Bobby Wood Jr., the hitter. First pitch for Mejia catches the inside corner for strike 1. 2 outs in the inning for Team USA, but here in the top of the 4th, Team USA has taken a 2-1 lead thanks to home run blasts coming through from the solo tip, Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony. Outside pitch to Bobby Wood Jr. evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hello, Saint. No doubt, brother. Happy belated birthday. How old are you, bro? 22? Swing and a miss. Bobby Wood Jr. down the count out against Mejia. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mejia's 1-2 pitch. Fastball way outside at 99. Count goes even to Bobby Wood Jr. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First baseman for Team USA, Bryce Harper on deck. 22 plus tax, CRV, shipping and handling, tariffs, etc. Oh, smack. Okay, I got you, brother. PCA was off to the races, but Bobby Wood Jr. strikes out against Mejia. That'll be the 3rd out. Inning over for Team USA, but not before Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony connect on solo shots to give the Team USA a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. How will DR respond? We'll find out. Again, man, these one-run leads, man, they're not safe. Who are we kidding? These 1-run leads are not safe. And I think everybody knows that. Espiritu, I am down for fantasy baseball. Yes. Yeah, I'm down. I'll be honest, brother. And, I think it was you who set it up last time, right? Yeah, man, set it up. Send me the invite. Send it over, brother. I'll pick my team. Anybody who's down, man, let us know here on Chin Music if you guys are down for some Chin Music fantasy baseball. We did it last year. I had a good time with it. I enjoyed dropping players and trying to pick up all the new call-ups and all that. Even though I didn't do good, but I had fun with it. Keeps you on your toes. So yes, Espiritu, to answer your question, I am down for some fantasy baseball. Send over the invite, bro. All right, bottom of the fourth we go. DR now chasing one against Team USA. Coming up for the DR in the bottom of the fourth, it'll be the left fielder, Juan Soto. First baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and third baseman, Manny Machado. 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for the DR. DR down 1. I know. You know what, Espiritu? Just pick a day, brother. I'll be honest. I think I missed the draft last season, and I was pretty happy with the team that the auto select got me, or the computer got me. So I say just pick a date, brother. Be like, hey, if you're in, this is the date. If you can make it, great. If not, pre-select your team already so you don't get shot. Oh, okay. I got you, Espiritu. I just got to log back into my Yahoo. Sounds good, brother. Say no more. All right, Paul Skeens now pitching with the lead here for Team USA as we go to the bottom of the fourth, facing Juan Soto. First pitch to Soto outside, ball 1. Juan Soto 0 for 1 against Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens with 2 strikeouts in today's ball game against the DR. Pitch rides inside. 2-0. Juan Soto with a little stare down on the Top Gun Skeens after that inside pitch. I like it. 2-0 to Soto. Ooh, Soto on a line drive to right. Aaron Judge coming in. Hits the deck and says, no. He hit the deck just to secure that ball. Really didn't need to, but I see you working, Judge. It was a line drive off the bat of Soto. Ex-teammates making plays on each other. As Aaron Judge just hits the deck just to make sure he secures that ball. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the fourth for the DR. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will be the hitter. First pitch from Skeens. Pitch upstairs. Vladdy goes after it, fouls it straight back. Strike 1. Skeens gets ahead of the count. Sounds good, Espiritu. Dutch Boy with the checking over on the YouTube channel. Let's go, USA. Shout out to Dutch Boy checking in. And shout out to everybody checking us over on Twitch, where we are keeping the chat busy. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right, 1-1 pitch to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. From Paul Skeens, ground ball to the left side. That is a foul ball. Gunnar Henderson will just toss it into the stands as the count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Juan Soto with the fresh corn roast. 1-2 to Vladdy Jr. That's a line drive base hit over to the wall. Out there in left field, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will pull up at second. 1 out double. 1 out double for the DR here in the bottom of the fourth. Tying run in score position. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Man, I want to see this one again. That was just a hot shot over to left field. Ball ends up at the wall. Guerrero Jr. ends up at second with 1 out. And here comes the DR. Manny Machado will be the hitter. Skeens from the stretch. First pitch to Manny. Machado fouls it back. Strike one. Machado 0 for 1 against Skeens today. Struck out in the second. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the runner at second. Tying run in scoring position for the DR here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch from Skeens. Machado with another foul ball. Skeens gets ahead of the count. Quickly has Machado in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 pitch. That is stopped by Bobby Witt Jr. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. stays put at second, and Manny Machado with an infield single for the DR. 2 on, 1 out. But right there on a hot shot, you got to credit Bobby Witt Jr., especially with the agile Vladimir Guerrero. Did I say Bob? Yeah. You got to credit Bobby Witt Jr., especially with the agile Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on the base pads. If that one goes through, I got to think they pumped the brakes on him at third, but you never know with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Sometimes Vladimir Guerrero Jr. thinks he's Carl Lewis. And he runs like him too. Jeez. So 2 on, 1 out for the DR. Junior Caminero, who's 1 for 1, has already taken Paul Skeens deep in this ball game. He's now up. Skeens versus Caminero, round 2. Skeens from the stretch. First pitch to Junior Caminero. Hits the outside corner. Strike one. Skeens gets ahead of the count. Next pitch to Caminero. It's a fastball way low. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Team USA got home runs for Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony. All right, 1-1 pitch to Caminero. That's a ground ball. Bobby Witt Jr. over to second. Bryce Terang will bobble. Ay, caray! Now, they do call Manny Machado out, who does not agree with the call, as Bryce Terang bobbled the delivery from Bobby Witt Jr. as they were trying to turn an inning-ending double play. As of right now, it's a force out at second and runners on the corners with 2 outs for the DR. DR will now review it. Manny Machado indeed is out for the second out. It was a hot shot off the bat of Caminero straight to Bobby Witt Jr., who gave a really good feed to Bryce Terang, but Bryce Terang bobbles it up over at second. And it was on the transfer, they said. So Manny Machado is out, forcefully out at second, becomes the second out here in the bottom of the fourth for the DR. And now with runners on the corners, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at third, Junior Caminero, the runner at first, J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez now the hitter against Skeens. First pitch to J-Rod, check swing, that'll be a swing. Strike one. Guerrero Jr., the runner at third. Caminero, the runner at first. 2 outs in the inning here in the bottom of the fourth. Skeens 0-1 pitch to Rodriguez. Inside. Count goes even now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Guerrero Jr. representing the tying run for the DR. He's the runner at third. J-Rod's next pitch is fouled off to the left side. And now Skeens gets ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Catcher Austin Wells on deck. Now, you see a lot of people on their feet over there in Miami, but they're not cheering or anything. They're actually, they got their buttholes pluckered up. They look like they're shooting some bricks. I like it. Either way, I like it. They're very interested in this, man. Stressful innings here for both Team USA and the DR. All right, 1-2 pitch to Rodriguez. Oh, that one hits him. Paul Skeens hits J-Rod, and DR will have him loaded with 2 outs. Austin Wells will be coming up. Pujols and the trainer out there checking up on Julio Rodriguez. Not sure where that one hit him. There you go. Ooh. Where do you think it hit him, brother? I don't know. The elbow, forearm, perhaps? Oh, man. Looked like it got him on the wrist. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, man. Took it off the wrist, bro. Maybe the forearm, perhaps, but it looked like it got it off the wrist. Either way, man, I'm sure it hurt. That did not feel good at all. Rodriguez will be okay to continue. He'll be the runner at first to load him up for the DR here in the bottom of the 4th. Catcher for the DR, Austin Wells, will be coming up with the bases juiced. Austin Wells today 0 for 1. Struck out. His only at bat against Paul Skeens. Now comes up here with the bases loaded. First pitch to Wells. Line drive, foul to the right side. Paul Skeens gets ahead of the count, 0-1. Shortstop, Gerardo Perdomo on deck. Vladdy Jr., the runner at third. Junior Caminero over at second. J-Rod, the runner at first for Team Dominican. 0-1 to Wells. Up and in. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Skeens sets. 1-1 pitch. Wells rips it, but foul again to the right side. Austin Wells getting good hacks up against Paul Skeens, but fouling him off to the right side. As Paul Skeens gets ahead of the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 4th. Paul Skeens trying to get out of this jam here for Team USA. Wells will call a timeout. Hold up. Eric, that hurt for sure. Yeah, man. Hope J-Rod's okay. And it looks like he is. He's the runner at first. He stayed in the ballgame. All right, Skeens sets. 1-2 pitch to Wells. Wells continues. Man, it seems like Wells is on him. Continues to foul pitch after pitch now thrown by Paul Skeens. 60th pitch of the ballgame coming up for Paul Skeens here in the bottom of the 4th. There's Perdomo waiting his turn on deck for the DR. Time is now. 1-2 pitch. Austin Wells pops it up. Left field. Roman Anthony under it. Anthony will make the catch. And the DR leaves them loaded. Top of the 5th we go. USA hanging on to a 1-run lead. So Paul Skeens is able to get out of that bases loaded jam as Austin Wells flies out to the left fielder, Roman Anthony, for the 3rd out. All right, so top of the 5th we go. Coming up for Team USA in the 5th. 2, 3, 4 hitters. First baseman Bryce Harper. Right fielder Aaron Judge. And designated hitter Kyle Schwarber will be coming up. So good job by Paul Skeens to get out of that bases loaded jam. Got himself out of it, Eric. Yeah, he did. So a couple of things to look at here. We'll see if J-Rod does go back out to play center field for the DR. after getting hit and drilled by Paul Skeens around the wrist area. I mean, the fact that he stayed in the ballgame to run for himself, I mean, that's a good sign, but you never know. So we're keeping an eye out on that. Maybe start swelling up. Who knows? All right, top of the fifth we go. Coming up for Team USA, 2, 3, 4 hitters, starting with Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge on deck, Kyle Schwarber in the hole. Team USA with a 2-1 lead, trying to build on their lead here in the DR. They keep showing Will Smith throw out that fuck yeah after Gunnar Henderson went yard. All right, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber here for Team USA in the top of the fifth. All right, Juan Mejia, right-handed pitcher, still on the bump for the DR, facing Bryce Harper, who pops it up. Juan Soto coming in will make the catch out there and left. And one pitch, one out for Juan Mejia and the DR to begin the top of the fifth. Bryce Harper flies out. Aaron Judge will be the hitter. Aaron Judge today, he's 1 for 2 with a single. Mejia's pitched to Judge. Slider that stays upstairs. Ball 1. Mejia, pitching from the stretch with nobody on base. Aaron Judge connects. High drive. Center field. J-Rod will watch. J-Rod with the catch. Oh, my goodness. J-Rod timed it perfectly. Brought that one back. All is all right with J-Rod, and Judge gives him a smile out there. But J-Rod, for a second there, looked like he was giving away a home run, but instead comes back to pick it. What a play for the DR. And J-Rod brings it back. Wow. Oh, it would have went over. So it looks like the wrist is okay for J-Rod. Wow. Look at this. Brings it back. J-Rod and DR all fired up. Puro gave him the X and everything. Oh, man, Mejia, pitcher, all fired up. After J-Rod brings one back. 2 away. 0-1 to Schwarber. Fouled back, strike 2. Man, I was ready to call a home run for Aaron Judge. Holy moly. Joshua Mato, what a catch. Eric, crazy catch. Eric, I think he fooled a lot of us, man. It honestly looked like J-Rod was kind of just conceding the fact that ball was going to go over the wall. But nope. J-Rod had other plans and brings it back for the DR. What a play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Kyle Schwarber. Mejia from the stretch. 1-2 pitch. Schwarber fouls it off. At-bat continues. Crazy catch, Eric. All right, another 1-2 pitch incoming to Kyle Schwarber with 2 outs. Ground ball to the right side, and that one goes past the diving Ketel Marte over to right field. 2-out single by Kyle Schwarber. Inning continues for Team USA. All right. Looks like Albert Pujols is going to pull Juan Mejia. Another look at J-Rod bringing one back off the bat of Aaron Judge. Runner at first, 2 outs, pitching change for the DR in Miami. Hold up. All right. That was dope. That was dope. All right, man. I gotta put these gummy bears away. I got the jumbo bag, or I don't know what they call it. They call it like some sort of big ass bag. Puro Walgreens. All right, so with Kyle Schwarber getting that 2-out single for Team USA, Gunnar Henderson, third baseman, will be coming up. A new pitcher, Huascar Brazoban, will replace Juan Mejia. Brazoban now on the bump. If I'm correct, Brazoban pitches for Seattle. I take that back. No, it looks like he's with the Mets here. Okay, so he's with the Mets. Oh, you know what? Gustavo Brazoban. Maybe it's his brother who pitches for Seattle. Maybe, maybe not. Brazoban. Who am I thinking here? Anyway, Huascar Brazoban, right-handed pitcher now on the bump for the DR. You know who I'm thinking? You know who I'm getting confused with? The pitcher from Seattle, and I think he pitches for Venezuela, but he goes by Bazardo or something like that. Bazardo, something like that. That's who I'm getting confused here. Anyway, Brazoban now on the bump. It will be facing Gunnar Henderson for Team USA with a runner at first, Kyle Schwarber, and 2 outs in the inning. Team USA with a 2-1 lead over the DR.
Saying that last name,
There's Yency Brazoban, I think, pitched for the Dodgers. Yency Brazoban. All right, Brazoban versus Henderson. Kyle Schwarber, the runner out first with 2 outs. First pitch is upstairs and away. Ball 1 to Henderson. Gunnar Henderson, 1 for 2 with a solo shot for Team USA. Put Team USA on the board in his first at-bat. Here he is in the second at-bat. Grounds out to Vladdy Jr. 3 unassisted on the play. Inning over for Team USA. Highlighted by a snatch. He jacks Aaron Judge, J-Rod. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. DR still down 1. What a play by J-Rod in center field. That was the highlight of the inning there for the DR. All right, bottom of the 5th coming up for the Dominican Republic. 9-1-2 hitters. Geraldo Perdomo, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Ketel Marte due up. Oh, Eric, I'll be honest, brother. Who do I have in March Madness? I am not keeping up at all. As you can see, I am like balls in, 100% connected here with the WBC. Well, not 100%. I take that back. Anyway, my focus has been strictly WBC tournament play and a little bit of the Dodger spring training play as well. So as far as March Madness, I have no idea. Will I be watching? Yeah, I'll be watching. But as far as like who do I have no idea, brother. Well, you are a Florida Gator fan. Okay, we're going for the Gators. Sounds good to me, Eric. Sounds good to me. All right, 2-1 Team USA over the DR over at Lone Depot Park in Miami. Paul Skeens still on the bump. Set to face DR. Here in the bottom of the fifth, DR chasing 1. Welcome to the family. Thanks for the invitation, Eric. Puro Florida Gators. Ay, caray. All right, Geraldo Perdomo, shortstop for the DR. Will be leading things off against Paul Skeens. He got drilled by Paul Skeens in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 0 with that hit by pitch. All right, first pitch to Perdomo. It's a fastball called a strike. Paul Skeens gets ahead. 2-1 USA over the DR. And like we said, man, 1-0 lead. It just doesn't feel safe at all. All right, puro swing and a foul ball by Perdomo. As Paul Skeens gets ahead of the count. No balls, 2 strikes. All right, there we go. Pitch count, 62 total pitches for Paul Skeens. As the pitchers will have a max of 90 pitches here in the semis and into the finals. So he still has a way to go here. Trying to get through the bottom of the fifth for Team USA. 0-2 to Perdomo. Popped them up. Shallow left center. Roman Anthony coming in. Roman Anthony will make the catch. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. Perdomo retired. Top of the lineup coming up for DR. Fernando Tatis Jr. will be the hitter. Tatis Jr. is 0 for 2 against Skeens. So as of right now, we're kind of seeing how top-tier pitching is taking care of top-tier offense. And you kind of do see that, especially in the playoffs, in the majors, where top-tier pitching kind of just takes over. You got top-tier pitching. Most likely, more times than not, top-tier pitching will take care of top-tier hitting or offenses. Pitch inside of Fernando Tatis Jr. Ball 1. Second baseman for the DR, Ketel Marte on deck. Paul Skeens pitching from the full windup. 1-0 pitch. That one's ripped to the left side, foul by Tatis Jr. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Paul Skeens in 2025 led the majors with an ERA of 1.97, under 2. And got his back-to-back Cy Young Award. Pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, chopper to the left side. Gunnar Henderson will just be Gunnar. I mean, I'm pretty sure that ball did have backspin as it went, luckily, foul to the left side for Team USA. It looked like Gunnar Henderson was trying to make a play on it. On that high chopper off the bat of Fernando Tatis Jr. Look out. And to be totally honest with you, I think Gunnar Henderson did play it pretty well. As best he could. He was kind of ready to field it just in case it stayed in. And luckily for the Team USA, it went foul. It went wide left. All right, Skeens with the 1-2 pitch to Tatis Jr. Popped them up. And that one will go in back of home plate, foul into the seats. Count remains 1-2. Another 1-2 to Tatis Jr. Chopper to the left side. Another opportunity here. Oh, backhanded stop by Gunnar Henderson. Throw a bit up on Bryce Harper, who was trying to make a tag on Fernando Tatis Jr. It was a good defensive stop. Barehanded stop by Gunnar Henderson, but a bad throw. And Fernando Tatis Jr. will be credited with an infield single for the DR. Gunnar Henderson made a great barehanded stop. but the throw was a bit wide. Got Bryce Harper off the bag. And Tati Jr. with 2 outs here for the DR is the runner at first. Ketel Marte will be the hitter against Paul Skeens, who now pitches from the stretch. First pitch to Marte. Puro swing and a miss. Fastball at 96. And Skeens gets ahead of the count. Marte today, 1 for 2 with a single against Skeens. Skeens with a look over at first. Now he sets. 0-1 pitch. Pitch misses outside. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. See action in the USA bullpen. One of the Rogers brothers begins to warm up. The right-hander. 1-1 pitch. That one is drilled, and that one goes to center off the bat of Ketel Marte. Now this time, Tati Jr. will pump the brakes at second. Remember, he got gunned out by Aaron Judge to end off an inning for the DR, but not this time. As Ketel Marte drills it over to left center for a single, and the DR with 1 out, DR with 1 out, have runners at second and first. Juan Soto will be the hitter. Nice piece of hitting there by Ketel Marte. Before the Inferno, let's go DR. Welcome in before the Inferno to Chin Music episode 17. Good to have you up here in the chat as DeRosa will come out with the hook of Paul Skeens. That'll do it for Top Gun. Pitching change for Team USA. So Top Gun leaves the ball game with the U.S. up 2-1 on the DR. Oh, man. So this is what we're talking about here. It's like, yeah, good pitching will kind of more or less keep good offense at bay. But now when you get into those bullpens, can the bullpen somehow step it up for both the USA and DR? And we'll see if the Team USA is able to do it. I'm just looking here for U.S. It should be Rogers. Tyler Rogers, the right-handed pitcher for Team USA. Remember, Tyler Rogers just joined the squad during the quarters. He'll be on the bump pitching against Juan Soto. So Paul Skeens is out for Team USA. Now, it was a good outing for Paul Skeens, man. He did his thing. Actually leaves with the lead for USA, 2-1. Paul Skeens goes 4 1/3, gives up 6 hits, 1 run. That lone run was a solo shot to Junior Caminero. Struck out 2. Now he didn't rack up the strikeouts, but he did what he had to do. He held the DR offense to only 1 run. So you got to credit Paul Skeens, man. That's all you really can ask for. Obviously, the strikeouts could have been a little bit more higher, but nevertheless, he gave the U.S. a chance, and he has a 2-1 lead. Tatis and Ketel Marte still the responsibility for Paul Skeens as he exits stage right. So here we go. Paul Skeens out. Tyler Rogers in. And again, the responsibility for Paul Skeens still on the bags over at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Right-handed pitcher Tyler Rogers now on the bump for Team USA. As he will face Juan Soto. Juan Soto 0 for 2. First pitch from Rogers. A bluff. As he looks the runners back to the bags. 2 on, 1 out for DR here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 2-1 USA lead. Tying run at second base for the DR. First pitch to Soto. Misses low and outside. Ball 1. And again, Juan Soto today 0 for 2. Ground out and a line out for the DR. Tati Jr., the runner at second. Ketel Marte, the runner at first. 1-0 pitch to Soto. Slow roller. Bobby Witt Jr., inning-ending double play for the USA. Juan Soto grounds out, inning over for the DR. They strand one. They strand the runner in scoring position. We go to the sixth. USA hanging on for dear life on that 2-1 lead. Wow, what a play by Bobby Witt Jr. 6-3 on that double play. Woo! So to the top of the sixth we go. Coming up for the U.S. Catcher Will Smith, left fielder Roman Anthony, and second baseman Bryce Terang do up. What a defensive play there by Bobby Witt Jr. off the bat of Juan Soto. Turns the 6-3 inning-ending double play. Very impressive turn there for Bobby Witt Jr. So credit Tyler Rogers coming out of the bullpen for Team USA to bail Paul Skeens out. And preserves the run for Team USA. Preserves the lead, Happy wife. What up, happy wife? Happy Sunday, amiga. Killah, what happened to Kirsch? Last I saw, he was handed a Michelob Ultra. Yeah, I said it on a few IG posts that it seems like Team USA just had Kershaw as a mascot, man. Let's be honest. I don't think they really planned on using him at all. Even when they had a chance to use him in that blowout against Italy, they decided not to. So, in my head, they just had him out there as a trophy wife almost. Had him in a mini skirt, a red mini skirt, lipstick, white high heels, just flaunting them with no intention of having them in the game. So yeah, that's why I say that Kershaw was just used as a mascot. And now, with the addition of the new players that they called up, Kershaw is left out of the roster. It is what it is. It is what it is. Then DeRosa and Team USA never really planned on using him. Whether people agree with it or not, it just is what it is. All right, to the top of the sixth we go. Team USA with a 2-1 lead. Brazoban back on the bump for the DR, facing the catcher, Will Smith. Will Smith, 1 for 2 with a single. That was back in the second. Yashua Mato, Kershaw just wanted better seats. Sheesh, happy wife. It is what it is, happy wife. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Will Smith. Pitch up and in from Brazoban misses. 2-1. Left fielder Roman Anthony on deck for USA. Yashua Mato, he's been great forever. Kirsch has, yes. Will Smith gets around on the next pitch from Brazoban. Fouls it into the net. Count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Team USA hanging on to that 2-1 lead over the DR. Trying to increase the lead here in the top of the sixth. Brazoban from the stretch. 2-2 pitch to Smith. Strikes him out swinging. Threw him that cutter upstairs. He actually hung it. And Will Smith came up empty. So it looks like it was a mistake pitch by Brazoban, but Will Smith not able to take advantage. Becomes the first out here in the top of the sixth for the USA. Roman Anthony will be up next. Happy wife guess he can go home and make more babies. Ay, caray. And if I'm correct, he's having a baby. And shout out to Freddie Freeman, who they just announced they're going to have a baby girl. After what, 3 boys? Freddie Freeman and Chelsea are going to have a baby girl. Congratulations to them. That's awesome. Puro girl dad gang. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Roman Anthony. 1 out here in the top of the sixth for Team USA. Puro swing and a miss. It's a changeup. Good one from Brazoban. That Roman Anthony swung right through. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Him and Freddie, happy wife. Puro baby making machines. 1-2 pitch to Anthony. Strike 3 called. Roman Anthony this time gets caught looking. Peeping Tom status. As Brazoban strikes out Anthony for the second out here in the top of the 6th. Second baseman Bryce Terang up next. Wonder if they're using surrogates again. Wow, I have no idea. Yo no sé nada. I do not know anything about that, happy wife, at all. All news to me. Don't make me go on a rabbit hole now, happy wife. What? No idea. All right, 2 outs for Team USA here in the top of the 6th. Stop. Bryce Terang, the hitter. Baby D still out. Oh, she's up. Bryce Terang today, 0 for 2. Second baseman for Team USA. Now facing Brazoban here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. 2-1 USA lead over the DR. And like I said, this lead does not feel safe. I'll be honest. This doesn't feel safe at all. A 1-run lead against the DR, even vice versa. It's just a 1-run lead for either team is not safe at all. 0-1 to Terang. That one catches the inside corner, and Terang quickly in the hole against Brazoban. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 to Terang. Swing and a miss. Brazoban with the punch out. Inning over for Team USA. We go to the bottom of the 6th. DR down 1. And they got their boppers coming up. There it is. Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado, and Junior Caminero. Ay caray of your Team USA. I'm telling you, these 1-run leads are not safe at all for either team. Yeah, teams need more cushion. Both teams, can we put that up? Both teams need cushion here in the semifinals. Where is the cushy cush? I don't see it. Do you see it anywhere? Both teams need cushion. Oh my gosh, where is it at? Sucks when you have to put your.
Right there.
Oh yeah, here we go. Both teams need cushion. There we go.
Oh, that was Trump.
Ay caray. Ugh. Oh man. All right, we're getting close out of the. I don't know. We're getting close out of the middle innings and closer to the championship rounds here in this semifinal between the DR and the USA. 2-1. That lead's not safe. All right, Griffin Jacks. Griffin Jacks will be the new pitcher on the bump, taking over for Team USA as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Didn't see you at the beginning of the game. Golfer, I know, man. We got here like right at 5 o'clock, brother, and I was busting butt to set everything up. The camera, the VR mixer, my slow-ass streaming computer, the stream deck that always gets stuck on stupid. And yeah, we got it going right when Bobby Witt Jr. in the middle of his at-bat against Sabarino. So we barely made it. A little late, but we made it somehow, some way. All right, bottom of the Golfer, great to see you up in the chat, brother. And also, Golfer, happy Sunday, bro. Thank you so much for being here. Puro Chin Music, episode 17. We made it. All right, it's a 2-1 Team USA lead. Again, Griffin Jacks back on the bump. Actually, Griffin Jacks now on the bump for Team USA. He's another Top Gun, I believe. Wasn't he in the Air Force? He's a Maverick. facing Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who leads off the bottom of the 6th for the DR. First pitch to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Spiked in the dirt. Ball one, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 2 for the DR in today's ball game against the USA. Manny Machado on deck. There's a strike from Jax to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Guerrero Jr. doubled in the 4th for the DR. Was left stranded. 1-1 pitch. There's another strike thrown by Griffin Jax. And now he gets ahead of the count on Vladdy Jr. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tony! Oh, shout out to Cousin Tony who's in the house. Hey, Tony Cule. Cousin Tony checking in on the chat on Twitch. What? Tony, mira, te pusiste en Twitch. Qué milagro. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., deep center. Pete Crow Armstrong at the track will make the catch. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 6th for the DR. Manny Machado will now be the hitter. Shouts to el primo Tony checking in over on Twitch. Saludos, primo. Aquí nomás mirando el partidazo de los Estados Unidos y la Dominican República. ¿Qué tal? Bienvenido. Es que no había podido. Pues lo bueno que ya pudiste, ¿eh? Ya bajaste la aplicación y los andas encontrando aquí en vivo. De parte de Puro La Puente. ¿Qué hubo, le? All right, 1-0 pitch to Manny Machado. Ground ball to the left side. What a stop by Bobby Witt Jr. Long throw will throw out Manny Machado. What a play by Bobby Witt Jr. 2-away here in the bottom of the 6th for USA. Bobby Witt Jr. has been playing great defense, it seems like all tournament long for the U.S. And he steals a base hit there from Manny Machado. Oh, what a play by Bobby Witt Jr. Todo bien aquí, Tony. Disfrutaron los juegos del clásico. Griffin Jax fired up after that great defensive play by Bobby Witt Jr. Junior Caminero will be the hitter. First pitch swinging, connects on a line drive to center fielder PCA, who makes the grab. Griffin Jax and Team USA get the DR 1, 2, 3 in order. We go to the 7th inning, or we go to the 7th. It's a 2-1 USA lead. Are we going to the 7th already? Yes, we are. Top of the 7th we go. Coming up for Team USA. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters. Pete Crow Armstrong, Bobby Witt Jr., and Bryce Harper due up. Team USA trying to build on that 1-run lead. Yeah, Primo Tony from Mexico. That's him. Saludos al Tony. Tony, te voy a... Don't follow my cousin Tony. I mean, I don't know if he's ever going to go live, but... That's him. Tony from Mexico. Saludos. And he actually stays out here in San Pedro now. Staying busy, man. Shout out to my cousin Tony from Mexico, who's now hanging out in San Pedro. Puro Lucky 7 golfer. That's what's up, brother. Puro Lucky 7. Luck be a lady tonight, bro. Ay, caray. All right. So, again, Pete Crow Armstrong, Bobby Witt Jr., and Bryce Harper. And looks like the DR are going back to their bullpen. Abner Uribe, right-handed pitcher, will now be on the bump taking over to pitch the top of the 7th for the DR against Crow Armstrong, Witt Jr., and Bryce Harper. Te están mirando todos aquí. ¡Ay, caray! Saludos a todos que nos andan acompañando aquí a través Chin Music, que se llama, así se llama el canal donde transmito los juegos ilegalmente. No se crean. Ya me aplacaron con eso. Y los estamos haciendo aquí legal, todo es legal aquí. De todo se vale, pero Claro que los hacemos aquí legal. Narramos el juego. So, bienvenidos a todos a los que nos acompañan aquí. ¿Qué hubo le? All right, top of the 7th we go. USA with a 2-1 lead over the DR. Tariq Schoolball. Look at that. He's all dressed up. Unfortunately, he cannot play. But Tariq Schoolball hanging out with Team USA. Good to see him hanging out with Team USA at Lone Depot Park in Miami. And now Abner Uribe on the bump for the DR. Pete Crow Armstrong leading things off. First pitch to Pete Crow. Strike one from Uribe. Uribe of Milwaukee Brewer fame now on the bump. 0-1 to PCA. PCA connects, popped up. Center field, J-Rod will make the catch. One up, one out for Uribe here in the top of the 7th. As Pete Crow Armstrong flies out of center for the first out. Top of the lineup for Team USA, Bobby Witt Jr., shortstop, will now be coming up. Bobby Witt Jr. today, 1 for 3, struck out twice. First pitch from Uribe. Any day, Uribe. It's a fastball down the pipe at 98. Strike one to Bobby Witt Jr. Bryce Harper on deck. Aaron Judge in the hole. See United States, Dominican Republic. Look at that. 10.2 runs for the Dominican Republic in the tournament. That's what they've been averaging. USA has been averaging 8. And both offenses have been pretty much held at bay in this ballgame. It's the battle of the pitchers for both Team USA and the DR. David Bednar, right-handed pitcher, warming up in the USA bullpen. 0-2 pitch to Bobby Witt. Bobby strikes out. Bobby strikes out for his 3rd time in this ballgame. Gets the hat trick. Becomes the second out here in the top of the 7th. Uribe with the punch out. So with 2 outs in the inning for Team USA, first baseman Bryce Harper will be the hitter. Golfer Abner. Here's a left-hander, Bryce Harper against Abner Uribe. Strike one to Harper. Slider down the pipe. Harper today 1 for 3 with a double. Doubled back in the 3rd for USA. Team USA with that 2-1 lead over the DR. But now with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 0-1. Spiked in the dirt. Count goes even to Harper. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch to Harper. Sinker way inside. That misses to Harper. Now open the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Happy White, very nice. Puro strike, huh? 2-1 pitch. Shot back up the middle off the glove of Uribe. Over to the glove of Ketel Marte, who makes a nice running throw over to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And they get Harper out for the 3rd out. This ball game goes to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time in Miami. And Team USA is hanging on by a thread. I'm telling you, this 1-run lead does not feel safe at all. I don't know how many times I got to say it, but I'll say it again. 1-run leads in this ball game are not safe for either team. Happy Wife getting creative over on the chat. I see you, Happy Wife. All right, coming up for the DR as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Lower third of the lineup coming up. That means center fielder Julio Rodriguez, followed by the catcher Austin Wells and the shortstop Geraldo Perdomo. 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for the DR. And they indeed will be facing off against David Bednar, right-handed pitcher, who will be on the bump for Team USA to face the 7, 8, 9 hitters of the DR. as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And again, the U.S. hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Clinging on to a 2-1 lead, it feels like. Hanging by a thread. Ay, caray. And again, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Happy Sunday. Going out to you guys, wherever you may be. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on Chin Music as we are watching the semifinal game between Team USA and the DR. Unbelievable games last night. Yesterday, actually, too, with Italy and Puerto Rico. Italy coming out on top, and Japan getting upset by Venezuela in a barn burner last night. And now Italy and Venezuela will face off, I believe. Am I right? That game is tomorrow. Be on the lookout for Chin Music episode 18, where we do plan on calling that game for you guys right here on Chin Music. Venezuela versus Italy in semifinal action. Remember, winners of both these semifinal games go to the finals. That's how it goes down. So bottom of the 7th we go. USA with a 2-1 lead over the Dominican Republic. David Bednar takes over on the bump for Team USA. And he'll be facing off against the lower bottom third of the DR lineup, starting off with Julio Rodriguez. J-Rod for the DR. He's 0 for 1. Got hit by a pitch and made an incredible play on Aaron Judge. He jacked a home run from Aaron Judge. He's 0 for 1. Bednar pitching from the stretch. First pitch to J-Rod down the pipe on that splitter. And he gets ahead on the count. Oh, before the Inferno is Fabian, by the way. Oh, that's what's up. What up, Fabian? Shouts to Before the Inferno. We were hanging out in Corona. Puro baby shower. Stockpiling on tacos. Pastelitos, ding-dongs. and Jamaica drink. Let's go. All right, 0-2 pitch coming up to Julio Rodriguez from David Bednar. Popped him up. Shallow left. Bobby Wood Jr. calling for it as he goes out there in shallow left to make the catch. Nice running catch by Bobby Wood Jr., shortstop for Team USA. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Catcher Austin Wells up next. Austin Wells, he's 0 for 2, struck out and has flied out in the ballgame. Bednar's first pitch to Wells. Oh, that one is driven over to right. That one is to the window, to the wall. Austin Wells over the head of Aaron Judge. 1 out double for the DR here in the bottom of the 7th. You got teammates out there hitting baseballs over each other's heads. Ay, caray. Wells over the head of Aaron Judge. And that's a 1 out double for the DR. And just like that, the DR with the tying run in scoring position here in the bottom of the 7th. 9th hitter for the DR. Geraldo Perdomo will be coming up as Austin Wells is fired up. Left-handed hitter for the DR. Bednar's first pitch to Perdomo. It's a curveball that stays out there. Called the ball. Perdomo today 0 for 1. Got hit by a pitch by Skeens. He has a runner in scoring position. 1 out. 1-0. There's a strike. Down low in the strike zone. Nice pitch by Bednar. Evens up the count to Perdomo. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leadoff hitter for the DR, Fernando Tatis Jr. on deck. Wells with his lead over at second. 1-1 pitch to Perdomo. Perdomo pops it up. Foul ball into the seats. Out there on the left side and back of third. And Bednar gets ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-1 Team USA over the DR here in the bottom of the 7th, but the DR have the tying run at second in Austin Wells with 1 out. 1-2 pitch. Pitch up and away. Count goes even to Perdomo. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As of right now, no action in that USA bullpen. It's all Bednar here. 2-2 pitch to Perdomo. That one is drilled. That's a base hit over to center field. Here comes Austin Wells. He will get the brakes pumped up on him. Hold up. It was a wide throw to the plate, but just as important, Febles, the third base coach for the DR, put the stop sign on Austin Wells. They're going base by base here. And now with runners on the corners, top of the lineup coming up for the DR. Brother Asahi Black's asking me how I feel about that. I'm not mad at that, man. Austin Wells made me not a fast runner here. You got to be careful. You do not want to make one of those outs at home. So maybe it was a good play there by the or a good call by the third base coach, pumping the brakes over on Austin Wells. And look at Junior Caminero in the ear of Fernando Tatis Jr., trying to pump him up. Runners on the corners, 1 out for the DR. Bednar's first pitch to Tatis Jr. Big rip, comes up empty, strike 1. So Junior Caminero was in the ear. Fernando Tatis Jr. trying to hype him up for this at-bat. He is 1 for 3 today. Tying run 90 feet away for the DR. That tying run in Austin Wells. That pitch rides inside to Tatis Jr. Ball 1. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Golfer puro hold up at third. David Bednar from the stretch as he sets. Kicks and fires to Tatis Jr. Swing and a miss. Nasty splitter as Perdomo ends up at second. DR will have him at third and second with 1 out. But just as important for Team USA, David Bednar is up on the count on Tatis Jr. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield for Team USA playing in. Bednar's 1-2 pitch to Tatis Jr. Struck him out! Big punch out by Bednar, striking out Tatis Jr. 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Huge punch out by David Bednar, striking out Fernando Tatis Jr. on a pitch down low and out of the strike zone. Now with 2 away, Ketel Marte will be the hitter for the DR. Left-handed hitter, Ketel Marte versus David Bednar. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Strike 1. Ketel Marte today, 2 for 3. Has a pair of singles for the DR. Austin Wells, the runner at third. Geraldo Perdomo, the runner at second. Manny Machado looks like he wants it from the back. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. David Bednar quickly has him in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Team USA, 1 strike from gain out of this bottom of the 7th jam. 0-2 pitch to Marte. Marte fouls it back. At-bat continues. David Bednar sets. 0-2 pitch again to Marte. Upstairs, that one misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Juan Soto on deck for the DR. But the time is now for Ketel Marte with runners at third and second and 2 outs. And he will call a timeout. Hold up, hold up. He said, hold up. Yeah, Manny Machado looks like he's ready to jump off the bench in that DR dugout. Hoping Ketel Marte could come through. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! David Bednar comes through clutch for Team USA, hitting over for the DR. They strand runners at third and second. Ball game goes to the top of the eighth. USA with a 2-1 lead. Woo, Bednar with a pair of strikeouts there coming through clutch for Team USA. Golfer, no need to panic. Oh, man, that was huge. All right, this ball game goes to the top of the eighth. Coming up for Team USA, it'll be big Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, and Gunnar Henderson. 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for Team USA. Team USA still with a 2-1 lead. And dare I say they need more runs. Holy moly. All right, new pitcher coming in for the DR. Sir Anthony Dominguez will come in to pitch the top of the eighth for the Dominican Republic. Golfer, it's a nail-biter, brother. Are you kidding me? Loser goes home, brother. Loser goes back to their... If they're in the majors, they go back to their spring training clubs. Winner continues on to the finals and awaits the winner between Venezuela and Italy. Those two teams lock up tomorrow in semifinal action. Be on the lookout for Chin Music episode 18 coming your way tomorrow. Right here on Twitch, man. Puro Chin Music episode 18. Hope you guys could join us tomorrow. And real quick, speaking of tomorrow, man, I'll be at the Wax. Actually, at the Well for the event Wax. Well, I'll be taking nothing but crates of records. Yeah, believe it or not, I mix records, believe it or not. Oh, wow, you have vinyl. Yeah, I've been having vinyl since like 96. Anyway, with that said, that night, it's called the Wax for a reason because that's all we played is Puro records. And I'll be taking my records again. Hey, mama, what's up? And that's tomorrow, 10 to 2 at the Well in Hollywood. Shouts to Red Cub Reggie. All right, Sir Anthony Dominguez, right-handed pitcher, taking over for the DR. As this ball game goes to the top of the eighth, Team USA holding on to a 2-1 lead. And it starts off with Captain America here. Aaron Judge, who will lead off the top of the eighth for Team USA. I got a happy wife. Puro bold letters. All right, first pitch to Aaron Judge. Jam shot. Foul ball, strike one against Sir Anthony Dominguez. Last at bat for Aaron Judge. He got jacked out there in center by Julio Rodriguez, who brought one back for the DR. 0-1 pitch to Judge. Outside corner called the strike. Count goes no balls, 2 strikes. Aaron Judge quickly in the hole. Here against Sir Anthony Dominguez. Just looking at baby DJ, just looking at me like, what the heck? Who are you talking to? Me? Why are you hollering? All right, Dominguez sets. 0-2 pitch coming up to Aaron Judge. In the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kyle Schwarber on deck for Team USA. Flight with the check. And what up, Flight? Happy Sunday, brother. Good to see you up in the chat. Welcome into Chin Music. Team USA versus the Dominican Republic. Ball games in the top of the eighth. And Aaron Judge, puro swing and a miss, becomes the first out here for Team USA. Sir Anthony Dominguez with the punch out. Strikes out Aaron Judge swinging. 1 away. Kyle Schwarber, left-handed hitter, DH, up next for USA. First pitch to Schwarber. Looked like a cross-up almost, as Austin Wells was not able to make the catch. Ball ends up in the backstop. Get it together, boys. Kyle Schwarber today, 1 for 2, got drilled. Hit a single. One out in the inning here at the top of the 8th for USA. Dominguez will set. 1-0 to Schwarber. Catches the outside corner, evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And they're showing that cross-up on Austin Wells and Sir Anthony Dominguez. Recta o curva? What the heck? Austin Wells is still trying to figure it out. 1-1 pitch. It's a splitter. Low and inside is Schwarber, who now is ahead of the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gunnar Henderson on deck. Pitch way outside. 3-1 to Kyle Schwarber. Golfer, let's go. We need cushion. Yeah, they do. Team USA needs some cushion here. Just a 1-run. Oh, my gosh. I can't even bear to think a 1-run lead in the 9th. Oh. Kyle Schwarber works a 1-out walk for Team USA. He'll be the runner at first with 1 out. Gunnar Henderson will be the hitter. Gunnar Henderson for Team USA today. He's 1 for 3. Home run. He had a home run against, who was it against? Against a starter, Luis Severino. He actually got Team USA on the board. Albert Pujols in his reading glasses. In deep thought in the DR dugout. Professor Pujols. Asahi Black with the funny. I like that. Professor Pujols. Right, runner at first for Schwarber. And, brother, if I'm correct, that's Ernie Clement. That was Ernie Clement who got brought in. Will be pinch running for Kyle Schwarber at first. Gunnar Henderson, the hitter, takes strike 1 from Dominguez. So Ernie Clement taking this lead over at first with 1 out. Check swing. No swing on a pitch outside. Gunnar Henderson able to check himself before he wrecked himself. Count goes even now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tearful Bone. Thank you, brother. Puro fire setup, even though we're not showing the game anymore. Appreciate that, brother. All right, pitch to Gunnar. That one hits the strike zone. And Dominguez gets ahead of the count on Gunnar Henderson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Will Smith waiting his turn on deck for USA. 1-2 pitch. That pitch is low, out of the strike zone. Count goes even to Gunnar. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ernie Clement with his lead over at first. 2-2 pitch incoming to Gunnar Henderson. Ground ball to the right side. Ketel Marte. Look at that flip. And Perdomo will turn the inning-ending double play. That'll do it for Team USA in the 8th. Ball game moves to the bottom half of the inning. Team USA clinging on to a 2-run lead. DR only down 1 run. Ay, caray. Oh, yeah, Sahi Black saying how crazy it would have been. Will Smith trying to bring in Ernie Clement. Okay, of course, both guys just came off an incredible World Series. Blue Jays versus Dodgers. So, yeah, that would have been a crazy little scenario there with Ernie Clement pinch running.
Only in the WBC.
Only in the WBC, brother. You're right about that. That would have been funny. But, man, Gunnar Henderson grounds out into the 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. And that does it for Team USA in the 8th. So, bottom of the 8th we go. Coming up for the DR, it'll be Juan Soto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Manny Machado. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. With the DR chasing 1. Ay, caray. All right, so David Bednar comes out of the ballgame. Garrett Whitlock will now be in the ballgame pitching for Team USA. And he's pitching against the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Soto, Guerrero Jr., and Machado. They are only down by 1. Ay, caray. Oh, man. palms are starting to get sweaty here, man. Just thinking that if this game stays the way it is going into the ninth, are you kidding me? Holy moly. Remember, winner goes on to the finals in the WBC. Finals will be played on Tuesday, if I'm correct. And you know what? Let me just double check that. I want to say it's Tuesday. It could be Wednesday, but I want to say it's Tuesday. Although it could be Wednesday. Yeah, finals will be on Tuesday, the 17th. Am I looking at this correctly? I want to say I am. All right, United States pitching so far through 7 innings have allowed 8 hits, only 1 run, 4 strikeouts. Remember, Dominican Republic, DR had averaged 10.2 runs per ballgame, so already a dub for Team USA. But they are not out of the deep end yet. They are hanging on to a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Garrett Whitlock, right-handed pitcher now on the bump for Team USA, will face off against Juan Soto, who leads it off for the DR. And looks like we got some defensive switches here, guys. Hold up. Ernie Clement remains in the game as a designated hitter. Of course, Garrett Whitlock now on the bump for USA. Byron Buxton replaces left fielder Roman Anthony. He'll be batting 7th, playing center field. And from center field to left field goes Pete Crow Armstrong. This is some of the defensive switches in this ballgame made here in the bottom of the 8th for Team USA. There's Pete Crow Armstrong now in left. Byron Buxton, the new center fielder. And again, Ernie Clement stays in the ballgame as a designated hitter as he pinch ran for Kyle Schwarber. All right, Juan Soto fouls off the pitch from Garrett Whitlock. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Team USA clinging on to a 2-1 lead here on the DR. Juan Soto today, 0 for 3. 1-1 pitch. There's a pitch down the pipe taken by Juan Soto. Whitlock quickly has him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on deck for the DR. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Slider by Whitlock has Juan Soto shaking his head in disagreement of that home plate umpire who rung him up for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. Big punch out there by Garrett Whitlock to strike out Juan Soto, looking peeping Tom status. That pitch did look low. Team USA will take it. 1 away. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Ooh, borderline pitch, called the ball. Guerrero Jr. 1 for 3. Doubled in the 4th. DR chasing 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Whitlock evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third baseman for the DR, Manny Machado on deck. Another swing and a miss, and this time Vladimir Guerrero Jr. loses his bat. But just as important, Garrett Whitlock is out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Vladdy. He's got that slider working for Team USA on the bump here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitching from the stretch, 1-2 pitch. Try to double up on that slider. This time Vladimir Guerrero Jr. lays off on a pitch low and away. Count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch in the dirt, laid off by Vladdy. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Prodigy, coño a morder las uñas. Ay, caray. Prodigy feeling it. No biting time for Prodigy. Whitlock's payoff pitch to Vladdy Jr. Vladdy fouls it off to the right side. The at-bat continues. Eric, I see you, brother, over on YouTube. Yes, Tuesday will be the final. Vladdy, oh, comebacker! Look what I found. Whitlock over to first baseman Harper on that underhand throw. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. grounds out back to the box. And with 2 outs, Manny Machado will be the hitter for the DR. Machado today, 1 for 3 with a single. 2 outs in the inning here in the bottom of the 8th. As Garrett Whitlock is working on trying to get this DR lineup in order for Team USA. First pitch to Machado. Slider that breaks outside. Ball 1. And these are the championship rounds here between Team USA and the DR. Puro swing and a miss. As Whitlock doubled up on that slider. This time gets a swing and miss from Machado. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Puro swing and a miss. Whitlock gets ahead on the count on Manny Machado. He is throwing some nasty sliders on the bump for Team USA. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Manny Machado. Heavy dose of sliders from the right-handed pitcher, Garrett Whitlock. USA fans on their feet. They want the punch out. Manny Machado, actually he's the home plate umpire, reminding Whitlock to lock eyes with Manny Machado. Not sure why you would do that. 1-2 pitch. Slider in the dirt. Machado lays off it. Count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Junior Caminero on deck for the DR. Whitlock from the stretch. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Garrett Whitlock. 1-2-3. Go the DR in the 8th. Little man. Ay caray. We go to the top of the 9th. 2-1 USA. Oh my goodness. Nasty pitches, golfer. Let's see if this works. Oh my goodness. Garrett Whitlock. What? He was nails right there. 1-2-3 getting. Dude, he just got Juan Soto and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. along with Manny Machado, 3, 4, 5 hitters in order. Very impressive by Garrett Whitlock. Got to remind you, who does Garrett Whitlock pitch for? He's a Boston Red Sox. Very impressive. And he takes this ball game to the top of the 9th with USA on top 2-1. It's only a 1-run lead. So can somehow Team USA get enough offense to muster up some cushion here, perhaps? Yeah, I said it. Cushion. No, cushion. Oh, yeah, that one too. All right. Coming up in the top of the 9th, last chance for the USA to try to get some cushion. It'll be catcher Will Smith, center fielder Byron Buxton, and second baseman Bryce Terang due up. And again, winner reaches the finals on Tuesday. And await the winner between Venezuela and Italy, who get it on tomorrow. Be on the lookout for Chin Music episode 18 tomorrow. We'll have coverage of that game. Venezuela versus Italy from Miami. All right, it's been a tale of solo home runs and pitching for both the DR and Team USA. Home runs from Junior Caminero for the DR. 2 home runs for Team USA off the bats of Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony. As we go to the top of the ninth, new pitcher on the bump, Camilo Duvall. Now on the bump for the DR. Right-handed pitcher will face off against Will Smith, who leads it off for Team USA here in the top of the ninth. Team USA trying to build on a 2-1 lead. Espiritu, you ain't lying, brother. Puro, a good game. Yeah, it's a real good game. You're right about that. Put my chonies inside out. Puro rally chonies. What's your Flight? We don't do that, brother. We don't do that here on Chin Music. We don't take out chonies or anything like that. Maybe on the DJ stream we do, but not here on Chin Music, bro. Can you see that I'm a little bit more professional here, bro? All right, 1 ball, no strikes to count to Will Smith. Camilo Duvall pitching from the stretch for the DR. Pitch inside, taken for ball 2. Will Smith ahead of the count. Yeah, Chin Music a little bit boring for a lot of people. That's why you see our numbers dipped here. Like, oh, it's Killah Noez calling a baseball game. Never mind. Swipe left or swipe right? I don't know. What's the good one? Swipe left? Or what's the bad one? All right, 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Will Smith. 2-1 pitch from Duvall. Breaking pitch outside, 3-1 to Will Smith. Byron Buxton on deck. Three-one pitch. Ooh, Will Smith fouls it straight back. Looked like he was on that 98-mile-per-hour fastball from Duvall, but he fouls it off as the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hyper speed with the check, and Mason Miller to close. He only has 2 pitches. Oh, man, I hope he's available. You tell me, Hyper speed. Oh, I would love to see Mason Miller to pitch the 9th for Team USA. Pitch inside. Oh, Will Smith gets rung up on a pitch inside from the ball. Borderline pitch called strike 3. Will Smith gets punched out looking peeping Tom status. That'll be the first out here in the top of the 9th for Team USA. And that pitch looked inside, a little too inside for my liking. Oh, that was close. Will Smith gets the raw end of the stick there. Byron Buxton now the hitter with 1 out against the ball. Slider breaks low and outside. Ball 1. Your coworker says I belong on the radio and TV. Damn, I'll take the one on TV as a compliment, bro. Really? On TV? Now, maybe on the radio, like anybody could be on the... Not like that, but you know what I mean? Hey, you have a radio voice. That's about it, right? But TV, I'll take that as a compliment. Fly, appreciate that from your coworker. Tell him I said thank you. All right, Byron Buxton fouls off the next pitch and back home into the seats. 2 balls, 1 strike. Oh, yes, Mason Miller. Closer extraordinaire for Team USA. Warming up in the bullpen. Figures to come out to pitch the bottom of the 9th against the DR. Mason Miller warming up. Look at that. Hyper speed, you were correct. All right, 2-1 pitch to Byron Buxton. Outside corner, that's a strike. Count will go even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bryce Terang on deck for Team USA. Right, golfer? As long as they don't tell you that you have a radio voice. Or radio face. Oh my gosh. I got a 2-2 pitch. Buxton fouls it off to the right side into the seats. At bat continues. Flight says his coworker said, I make the game exciting. Yeah, well, we get a little hopped up here, maybe a little too much for people's liking. Oh, Byron Buxton strikes out swinging. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th for USA. Duvall back-to-back punch-outs. Let's give it to him. Yes, look, Flight, and I appreciate that from your coworker, but yeah, we understand here on Chin Music. We're not everybody's cup of tea here. And we know that. Trust me. You would see a lot more people here on my stream if I was. And we know that we're not. Trust. And I understand it too. Like, look, dude, you got Joe Davis on Fox, bro. Like, dude, people rather listen to Joe Davis and John Smoltz. They got the stats teams working for them. Come on, man. But yeah, so I really do appreciate it, Flight. Appreciate your coworkers saying those kind words. Golfer appreciator, brother. Hell yeah. Nah, we ain't tripping, brother. But we know where we stand, though. That's for sure. Good enough, E-Dog? They're good enough? Good enough for a poke? All right, 0-2 pitch to Bryce Terang from Camilo Duvall. Check, swing. No swing. No swing. At bat continues for Terang. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here at the top of the ninth for Team USA, who are clinging on to a 2-run lead here against the DR. Another run would be nice for Team USA, but now they got 2 outs in the inning. And Duvall 1 strike away from getting the DR, only down 1 run here in the bottom of the ninth. Ground ball to the right side, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Easy work for the DR in the top of the ninth. Last chance for the Dominican Republic. Bottom of the ninth we go. DR down 1. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. Time to plucker up those buttholes, guys, because, man, we are going. Okay, now my palms are sweating just thinking of what the heck's going to happen. All right, so it looks like Mason Miller will be coming out to pitch the bottom of the ninth for Team USA. He will be facing Junior Caminero, Julio Rodriguez, and Austin Wells. If anybody gets on, Geraldo Perdomo. So that becomes 6, 7, 8 hitters due up against Mason Miller as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Team USA with a 2-1 lead. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Gopher, Mason Miller looked awesome. Awesome in his last outing for Team USA. As I'm trying to remember who the hell they played. Against Canada. He looked awesome. And he's going to be asked to close it out here as we go to the bottom of the ninth against the DR. 2-1 lead. Are you kidding me? What the heck? We were talking about point offenses, and this game has become a pitcher's duel pretty much. Hey, what time? Dude, we have been flying Brian through this game. Not even 8 o'clock yet. Now, we are approaching the 3-hour mark as far as game time, but, man, it doesn't feel like 3 hours. Not at all. So here we go. Last chance for the DR. Mason Miller. Closer extraordinaire now on the bump for Team USA, trying to close it out and send Team USA to the finals in the WBC. Junior Caminero will be leading things off for the Dominican Republic. Down 1 run here in the bottom of the ninth.
Hey, he hyped the shit out of Tatis. I want to see him do something.
Who?
Caminero, no? Wasn't he hyping up Tatis?
Oh, yeah. It was Caminero who was hyping up Tatis in a very pivotal moment of the ballgame. Now let's see what Caminero does here for himself against Mason Miller, leading off the bottom of the ninth. He's 1 for 3 with a solo home run already in this ballgame. 2-1 USA here in the bottom of the ninth. 3 outs away from reaching the finals. First pitch at 101 to Caminero fouled off. Strike 1. Julio Rodriguez on deck for the DR. 0-1 from Miller. Budo swing and a miss. Budo hit at 102. Swing and a miss from Caminero. No balls, 2 strikes. Caminero in the hole. Miller staring him down as he sets, rocks back and fires. Man, 102 up in the letters. Caminero had no choice but to swing and foul it off to stay alive. Puro BG. Oh, 2 pitch from Miller again. Oh, and he got him with a nasty slider. Will Smith picks up the ball, throw to first. One away here in the bottom of the ninth for USA. As Caminero strikes out swinging on a nasty pitch. Filthy pitch by Mason Miller. One away for the DR here in the bottom of the ninth.
See that? No, I was wondering why Bryce Harper was looking at him. He tried to veer into the throw.
Julio Rodriguez, the hitter now. Breaking pitch slider. Rides inside to Rodriguez, who's 0 for 2. Got hit by a pitch. Nasty status by Paul Skeens. Ball 1 for Miller. 1-0 pitch to J-Rod. And he doubled up on that slider inside. 2-0. O'Neal Cruz on deck for the DR. He's going to be pinch hitting for Austin Wells, he looks like. 2-0 pitch. Upstairs, 3-0. So Mason Miller all of a sudden falling behind. 3 balls, no strikes to J-Rod with O'Neal Cruz on deck for the DR and 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Can Miller find the strike zone against J-Rod? 3-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike. I'm not going to lie, golfer. I've been holding a leak for like the last 2 innings, man, and I'm not going to take a leak right now. Hell no. Might let out a fart, but that's about it. 3-1 pitch to J-Rod. In the dirt. Ball 4. Tying run on the base paths over at first. With 1 out for the DR. O'Neal Cruz will be the hitter up next for the Dominican Republic. Left-handed hitting O'Neal Cruz, who, if I'm correct, already has 2 home runs in this tournament for the DR. Yep, he's 3 for 4. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs for the DR. Will face Mason Miller with a runner at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth with the DR chasing 1. E-Dog, better be careful. We might break the seal. I know, we got to be careful with the calls here. Woo! Hang on to your seats as people are up from their seats, either hoping Team USA can seal the deal or hoping the DR can, at the very least, send this ball game to extra innings or better. Now, the double play is in order for Team USA with 1 out. 2-1 USA over the DR as Andy Pettit is pep-talking Mason Miller. Pettit back to the dugout for Team USA. O'Neal Cruz will be coming up to the batter's box for the DR. Representing the winning run here in the bottom of the ninth. Tying run at first. J-Rod with his lead at first. Pitch from Miller to O'Neal Cruz. And that one gets away from Will Smith. J-Rod ends up at second. Tying run in scoring position. 1 out for the DR. And now the DR don't need the muscle from O'Neal Cruz as much as just a simple hit to try to tie this ball game up here in the bottom of the ninth. Puro pass ball for Will Smith. Ball pops out of the glove. And the DR most definitely in business here in the bottom of the ninth. 1-0 to Cruz. Big rip. 100-mile-per-hour heater from Miller. Puro swing and a miss. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch from Miller. In the dirt. Oh, what a backhanded stop by Will Smith. Just threw the glove out there and Ball found glove. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Wow. Miller from the stretch. 2-1 pitch to O'Neal Cruz. Big swing and a miss. 1-on-1 on the fastball. Count goes even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cruz. 9th hitter, Geraldo Perdomo on deck. J-Rod, tying run at second for the DR, taking his lead. 1 out in the inning. 2-2 pitch to O'Neal Cruz. Ground ball, shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. Throw to first, 2 away. Now J-Rod does end up at third. He ends up at third, representing the tying run. But the DR are down to their final out here in the bottom of the 9th. Nice play by Bobby Witt Jr. to secure that ground ball and get the sure out at first. And O'Neal Cruz just got thrown out by half a step, it seems like. Oh, my goodness, that was close. He was busting butt down the first base line. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th, Mason Miller will face Geraldo Perdomo, left-handed hitter for the DR. He's 1 for 2. Got hit by a pitch, single, and a stolen base. Tying run, 90 feet away for the DR. First pitch from Miller. Outside, ball 1. Team USA 1 out away here in the bottom of the 9th from reaching the finals in back-to-back WBC tournaments. 1-0 to Perdomo. There's a strike. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0-1 on the radar from Mason Miller. Mason Miller sets, kicks and fires. 1-1 pitch is called a strike, outside corner. The DR down to their final strike here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Perdomo. Mason Miller's 1-2 pitch incoming. Pitch to Perdomo. Way outside. Count goes even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's either a strike down the middle or a wild, dude. Or like not even close. That's a scary play.
Juan Soto, Vladdy Jr. looking with a lot of interest here, as are the rest of this stadium right here. As that pitch is a breaking pitch, low and away to Perdomo. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fernando Tatis Jr. on deck for the DR, who are down to their final strike with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Payoff pitch. Mason Miller to Perdomo incoming. Pop them up into the seats. The at-bat continues. Julio Rodriguez representing the tying run 90 feet away from the DR. Payoff pitch to Perdomo. And Perdomo hanging in there against Miller. Spoiling pitch after pitch now. Count stays full. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Perdomo. Another payoff pitch from Miller. Perdomo gets run out, strike 3. Team USA headed back to the finals in the WBC. They knock out the DR 2-1. Team USA will head back to the WBC to try to get one this time around. All right, Asaki Black thinks it was ball 4. I think it was strike, man. Perdomo got struck out looking, peeping Tom status. And again, the United States advanced to the 2026 World Baseball Classic Finals and await the winner between Venezuela and Italy. Team USA after nearly missing the quarterfinals, find themselves one win away from wrapping up a World Baseball Classic championship. And we will see you tomorrow night. Venezuela versus Italy to face Team USA. Team USA does it and knock off the Dominican Republic. Oh, man. Asahi Black was right. That pitch was low. Pitch was low. Hey, golfer, you got to credit Will Smith right on that frame. Pitch was low. Oh, man. The DR. Hey, I guess too close to take. I don't know what we can say about that. Espiritu, great game. Happy wife. Wow. Flight, thank you for checking in, brother, and thanks for letting me know about your coworker and the kind words, man. Golfer, great call. No, we appreciate that, Golfer. Really do, brother. Thank you for being here once again. E-Dog, he sold it. Oh, my goodness. Super Dirty Dan, that's what we were just talking about. Was that a ball? A lot of people are going to be saying that was ball 4. Too close to take with 2 strikes, though. You got to protect. Anything close, you got to technically swing at it. That's what you get taught in Little League. And Perdomo on a close pitch, borderline pitch. It looked low. It did look low. I'm not going to front like it wasn't. It probably was ball 4, but too close to take in that situation. I'm sorry to say. Golfer, you're right about that, brother. All our feeds are going to be on that final strike. It won't be the last we hear about that final strike. You're right about that, Golfer. Get ready for that on your feeds. It was low. Hey, we're not saying it wasn't low. It was low. It looked like ball 4. But my whole thing is, in that situation, in that pivotal point of the game, too close to take. Too close to take. You do not want to leave it in the... You know how they say in boxing, don't leave it in the judge's hands? Don't leave it in the umpire's hands. And umpire rung him up. E-Dog, it was Fernando Tatis Jr. left on deck. Remember, Perdomo is the 9th hitter. Tatis Jr. is the leadoff hitter. And now Team USA gets their they get their chance at revenge now. Not revenge, but actually, if you look at it, yeah, if Italy beats Venezuela, which it's not going to be an easy task for Italy. There's no way Italy is going to have an easy game against Venezuela, right? Venezuela, you got to think Venezuela's got to be the favorite here. Remember, Italy, we called the dark horse in this tournament ever since they went into the quarters. So one would think Venezuela would have the upper hand on Italy, but the way Italy's been playing, I don't know. It's a toss-up to me. You never know who's going to get that win. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to call that game tomorrow for episode 18, Venezuela versus Italy. Winner goes to the finals to meet Team USA in the championship game of the WBC. Can't wait for that tomorrow, guys. We find out who represents the other bracket to face off Team USA. Holy moly, what a ball game, guys. This was Chin Music, episode 18. My pleasure calling this game for anybody who couldn't watch the game and anybody who wanted to just kind of riff-raff on the chat about what they were watching over on Fox, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on Chin Music, episode 17. It's a wrap, everybody. Stick around. E-Dog, shoot over the raid if you can, brother. I am pretty much done. Normally, I would open up baseball cards, but, man, it's been a long day. I need to chill out. I am a little sun-drained as well. We had a great time out there in Corona. Puro baby shower status. But, yeah, time to hang out with the fam bam. We'll be back tomorrow. No doubt. Who? Same. All right, man. Stick around for the raid. Oh, we're going to go check out DJ Melody. Puro B Junkie. Cool, man. Good pick, E-Dog. Appreciate you, brother. Super Dirty Dan, E-Dog, go for El Otro saying, happy wife. Espiritu, ay caray, per bad Jess. E-Dog, thanks for holding down the fort, and thanks for the raid as well. Who else was here? Joshua Mato was here. Holy mo. El Otro Saint, happy belated birthday, El Otro Saint. The flight was here as well. That is what's up, man. Hyperspeed came in. Hyperspeed came in hot. Tearful Bone. Before the Inferno checked in. Appreciate every cousin Tony from Mexico checked in, which was pretty cool. Yeah, appreciate you guys all hanging out here with us on Chin Music. Stick around for the raid, and we'll see you tomorrow night, episode 18, Venezuela versus Italy. I believe that game starts at 5 o'clock. We'll have the call here on Chin Music. Have a good rest of your Sunday, everybody. See you tomorrow. Stick around for the raid. Peace.